It won't be a type of device, perhaps. I mean, it depends on the price point. When it gets to maybe phone cost, perhaps, but it will take a lot of time before we get that level of mass adoption. But I think what could happen is it will capture a lot of the kind of high-end use with what we talked about earlier, with high information density, construction, CAD, engineering type of workflows.
So Diana and I were actually doing group office hours yesterday with a group of our companies in this current batch who are all working sort of hardware, hard tech ideas. And we did this exercise, we call it the pre-mortem, where you sort of give them different flavors of how companies can die, and you get them to say, this is like how I think I'm most likely to die, right? And like the one I'm coming up, the thing that springs to mind here is we were talking about how Tesla's strategy was very successful to launch the Roadster, like a very high-end device, and then you bring out like the Model S and the Model 3 and the Model Y. But like that wouldn't have worked if they just stuck with the Roadster, right? And so maybe one failure mode for the Vision Pro is like, this is the Tesla Roadster. It's great. It carves out like a niche for people who are really into this stuff and are willing to pay like for a very high-end device, but it can't follow it up with like the Model 3.
I think there's a bit of a chicken and egg aspect with it, because for this to be relevant to become the Model 3, let's say, we need a ecosystem of applications and incentive for developers to work on it. Because if I were a founder right now and I'm looking for a new idea, do I want to put all my eggs on here when there's not enough user yet? When should I do it? Should I just take a leap of faith? And how do we advise founders when they're in this space? Like, why should they do it?
I definitely think that's relevant to like the Instacart DoorDash thing, for example. If you think about it, like those companies weren't making a bet, like